Emma Collins was 29, a quiet and thoughtful woman with chestnut brown hair that brushed just below her shoulders and soft hazel eyes that always carried a hint of sadness. She wasn't unpopular, but she often felt invisible. At weddings and parties, she was usually the one sitting quietly at the table while couples danced and friends mingled in circles. That night was no different. Dressed in a pale blue dress, she sat alone at a cousin's wedding reception, swirling her drink and trying to ignore the pitying glances from distant relatives. Emma hated the whispers. She's still single? But she had learned to smile through them. Meanwhile, across the room, Adrian Bennett was standing stiffly near the bar. He was 32, tall, with sharp blue eyes and dark hair neatly styled. He was handsome, confident-looking to anyone watching, but inside, Adrian was drowning. His ex-girlfriend, Laura, had just walked in, on the arm of the man she had cheated on him with. And worse, they were sitting just 2 tables away from him. Adrian clenched his glass, his pride burning. The last thing he wanted was for Laura to think he was still heartbroken and alone. That's when his eyes landed on Emma, beautiful, reserved, and clearly alone. Taking a breath, Adrian walked over. Emma looked up in surprise as this striking man approached her table. "Hi," he said, his voice low but urgent. "I know this is going to sound crazy, but would you pretend to be with me tonight?" Emma blinked. "Excuse me?" He ran a hand through his hair. "My ex is here, with the guy she cheated on me with. I don't want them to see me sitting here like some broken loser. You don't know me, but please, just for tonight, be my date." Emma's lips parted in shock. No man had ever asked her for something so bold. Part of her wanted to say no, but another part of her, the part tired of being invisible, suddenly felt a rush of adrenaline. She smiled faintly. "All right, but you owe me a dance." Adrian grinned for the first time that night. "Deal." Within minutes, they were walking hand in hand, and Adrian introduced Emma to a few guests as his girlfriend. Emma expected it to feel awkward, but instead she found herself laughing. He was charming, witty, and surprisingly kind. When he led her onto the dance floor, the warmth of his hand on her waist sent a shiver through her. For once, Emma wasn't the girl sitting alone. She was the center of attention. At one point, Laura walked past with her new boyfriend, bent her fake smile tight as she glanced at Adrian and Emma dancing. Adrian leaned closer and whispered, "She's fuming. You're saving my pride tonight." Emma giggled, her cheeks flushing, "And you're saving me from being the lonely cousin." As the night went on, the fake act began to blur. They talked, really talked, about their lives, their disappointments, their dreams. Emma discovered Adrian wasn't just trying to impress his ex. He was a man who had been hurt deeply, but still carried hope. And Adrian discovered Emma wasn't just a shy woman. She was intelligent, funny, and genuine in a way most people weren't. When the music slowed, Adrian looked into her eyes. "This doesn't feel fake anymore, does it?" Emma's heart skipped. "No, it doesn't." At the end of the night, when they stepped outside into the cool air, Adrian hesitated, then said, "I know we started this as a lie, but I'd really like to see you again, for real this time." Emma smiled, the happiest she had felt in years. "Then ask me properly." Adrian took her hand. "Emma, would you go out with me?" Her answer was simple. Yes. That night, what began as a desperate pretend romance turned into the start of something real, something neither of them had been looking for, but both desperately needed. For more unbelievable stories like this, don't forget to subscribe.